This is called the bloodsucker. This is called the bloodsucker. Once I was alive, but that was a long time ago. But now I'm a kid vampire living in a graveyard. And when people walk by my graveyard, can see me, but the adults keep their kids away from me, and I feel alone. But when the grown-ups go home with their kids and the grown-ups put their kids to bed, I get into their minds and tell them to go to the graveyard, and I tell them to come to me, and then I bite her on her neck and suck her blood. Then with a sharp nails and her sharp with my sharp nails and with my sharp nails I cut him. He with my sharp nails he cuts himself open on his arm, and blood comes dripping out from his and into the young grown up woman's. Then the young grown up woman wanted more and more of my blood. But then I told her, "No more, my love." Then she said to me, "Okay, sweetie." Then she was already turned into a vampire like me. So I told my love that the sun it was coming up, so it's time to go inside our coffins, because if we stay out in the graveyard when the sun comes up, the sun will burn us into ashes. So me and my new wife went into our coffins, and then me and my wife were in our coffins deep asleep, but then the next night her husband was looking for his new wife. What does my vampire wife do? She calls him over to her in her mind and try to turn her husband into a vampire. That made me mad, because she was supposed to be my wife, but she betrayed me. So I waited until the sun came up, and I went into my coffin. But when my vampire wife that I had betrayed me tried to go into her coffin, she could not, because I locked it. So while she was sleeping while I was sleeping in the coffin, the vampire wife that betrayed me was burning into ashes in the sunlight. Then every night I look at the grown-ups as food, but then I thought too of something. What if I start looking at the grown-ups kids as food? So that what I did, I got in a little girl's mind and tell her to come to the graveyard. Then I had bitten her neck. Then I cut myself with my long nails. And as my blood was dripping into her mouth, and she wanted more and more. But when I told her to stop, she stopped. Then by the next night came, she turned into a vampire, and she said to me, "Can I stay with you forever? Because I love you, Wolfang." Then Wolfang said to Luna, "I love you too." Then when the sun came up, Luna and Wolfang went into their coffins, and Wolfang and Luna's coffins were found in the graveyard by the gravedigger, and left the coffins lids open. And Wolfang and Luna, when the sun came up, they both turned into ashes, and the bloodsucker, who was Wolfang, and that finally found his vampire wife, and his end up dying together. That until the someone else comes along and cuts their finger and puts it into the ground where Luna and Wolfang's coffins are. Just one drop of blood will awaken Wolfang and Luna's the vampires. Then the bloodsucker and the wife will be looking at people for food once again. Then it will start all over again. The end. And here's the picture. I hope you enjoy Nixie's channel. Keep on pressing likes. Thank you.